Stephen Hawking famously described the human race as a chemical scum, an incidental layer of biological material on a typical planet orbiting a typical star. To find a truly typical location in the universe, we have to leave the galaxies behind. Most of the cosmos looks like this. This is intergalactic space. It is a vacuum at 2.7 Kelvin, cold enough to freeze every known substance except helium. There is less than 1 atom per cubic meter here. Nothing happens, nothing changes, and no chemistry can exist. In a universe of dark, freezing vacuums, Earth is a rare concentration of glowing plasma, liquid water, and complex chemicals. It is a mathematical anomaly. Feeling small because the universe is large is like feeling inadequate for not being a herd of cows. Scale is not a measure of importance. The vastness of the cosmos is simply a resource. The spaceship Earth metaphor suggests the biosphere is a life support system, a perfectly calibrated environment that provides for our survival. But in the Great Rift Valley where we evolved, there was no safe water supply and no protection from predators or disease. Most individuals died young from starvation or exhaustion. Nearly the entire biosphere is a death trap for an unprotected human. Oxfordshire in the winter or the African plains in the summer would kill us in hours, without the protection of our own technology. Survival was never a gift from the environment. It was achieved through a constant stream of solved problems. To understand how we thrived, we have to look at how we create those solutions. Our ancestors tried to understand the world through the evidence of their senses. They saw the seasons change and created myths, like the goddess Demeter commanding the world to grow cold because she was sad. This is a bad explanation, because the details are easy to vary without changing the prediction. You can replace Demeter with the Norse god Freyr, or the magic seed with a marriage contract. The story changes, but the prediction stays the same. Because these stories are so easy to modify, they connect to nothing in the physical world. As long as we relied on these flexible myths, we remained blind to how the world actually works. Progress began when we stopped relying on our senses and started making bold, creative guesses that we then tried to prove wrong. A good explanation, like the axis tilt theory of the seasons, is hard to vary. It relies on the geometry of a tilted sphere in orbit, where surfaces angled away from radiant heat receive less energy. Every detail here is functional. If you swap the sun for the moon, the timing of the seasons no longer matches a calendar. If you change the tilt, the temperature doesn't align with the sun's position. This rigidity gives the theory reach. A model created to explain a Mediterranean summer suddenly dictates the weather on alien planets we will never visit. Knowledge is a human creation, a series of guesses narrowed down by evidence until only the most functional ideas remain. Our senses are notoriously fallible. They tell us the Earth is at rest beneath our feet, and that the night sky is a rotating sphere, even though neither is true. Observation requires layers of physical separation. We use mirrors, automated tracking, and mathematical filters to bypass our biological limitations. By looking at a shaky line of ink on paper, Jocelyn Bell Burnell was able to see a pulsating star in deep space. Layering glass and sensors between ourselves and the stars allows us to bypass our visual biases and see the world as it actually is. This ability to understand the world changes our role in the universe. Gold is forged in the core of a supernova, or in the mind of a person who understands the nuclear processes that power a star. Aside from these two paths, the universe has no other way to create it. We survived by engineering our own life support systems against a hostile cosmos. Our presence in the universe is as significant as the laws of physics. With a tradition of criticism and the quest for good explanations, the potential to learn more is unbounded. Every solved problem reveals a wider horizon of new questions. This is the beginning of infinity.